Chapter 6. In spite of all that anything could say to him, the Brahmin was quite determined that he would not stay any longer. He set off to the place of pilgrimage he had chosen, taking no notice of anyone he met, but just marching steadily on. At first, a number of people followed him, but by degrees they left off doing so, and soon he was quite alone. However, he notices a man approaching him, very tall, very handsome, and very dignified. This man was one whom no one could fail to admire. He was the king of the whole country, whose name was Prashnajit, and a little distance behind him were a number of his attendants, waiting to obey his orders. Everybody, even the Brahmin, loved the king because he took such a great interest in his people and was always trying to do them good. The king had heard all about the loss of the money and was worried that such a thing had happened in his land. He had also heard that the Brahmin meant to kill himself, and this distressed the king more than anything else because he thought it was a very wicked and terrible thing to do. The unhappy Brahmin stood still, hanging down his head and looking very miserable. Without waiting for a moment, Prashnajit said to the Brahmin, "Do not grieve any more. I will find your treasure for you and give it back to you, or if I fail to do so, I will pay you as much as it was worth out of my own pocket, for I cannot bear to think of you killing yourself. Now, tell me very carefully where you had hid your gold and jewels, and everything about the place to help me make sense of it." The Brahmin was greatly delighted to hear this, because he knew very well that the king would keep his word, and if his treasure was never found, he would have plenty of money given to him by the king. He at once told Prashnajit exactly where he had hid his treasures and offered to take him there. The king agreed to go with him at once, and he and the Brahmin went straight away to the hiding place in the forest, and the attendants followed them a little way behind.